Good evening everyone, you join me tonight as I discuss the recent beta update which was released tonight, just a few hours ago on PC only. If you're part of the beta program it should automatically update. If you're on Steam of course you can go into Microsoft Flight Sim's properties and swap over into the beta there. This beta update is a pretty big one as it brings over bug fixes to the Airbus A310-300 and some helicopters, so let's talk about it. Now first off, I'd like you to go down into the comments and tell me your thoughts on this beta update. Eventually of course it will be rolled into a standard Microsoft Flight Sim update, so if you're on Xbox or if you don't want to swap over to the beta, wait a few more weeks and hopefully, or even a few more days, and hopefully this hotfix will make it over. If you've got the beta, be sure to leave your thoughts down below. It's really interesting to see people's reactions to it, and it always puts a smile on my face when I hear good things, and it always gives me something to think about when I hear loads of bad things. So either way it's a win-win. Anyway, let's start off with the fixes. Now on the screen you've got the Airbus A310. I've been flying around for a few minutes, about half an hour to an hour or so of flying in the Airbus A310 while making this video, just to get a feeling for it. And going off the release notes, there's some good stuff that people asked for. So first off, in terms of in the cockpit, if you use the base version, some of those horrible low resolution textures should have been fixed. On top of that, apparently there was a spelling mistake on the parking brake, so that's been fixed as well. We all make mistakes, that's a pretty human mistake to be fair, so it's nice to see that one fixed. Now moving over to the electronic flight bag, there's actually a new feature in there that's pretty cool. There's now automatic METAR lookup based on your to and from airports. So this is a feature that some of you may be familiar with if you use the Phoenix. Pretty similar to that, of course. Once you've put in your route into the A310, you head over into the electronic flight bag and you'll be able to get the METAR or the weather information from your arrival and departure airports. On top of that, as well, as you can see on my screen, there's also the ability to search up for your METARs. So it's a pretty big feature, to be fair, if you like flying solely in Microsoft Flight Sim and not relying on external applications. So it's nice to see something like that rolled in. There's also some more bug fixes within the EFB, and the sound volume sliders have been taken out of the EFB, and instead audio is now controlled via the in-game settings. So this means if you want to make your aircraft quieter in the outside or inside, you will need to head into Microsoft Flight Sim settings to fix it. I would imagine that's something to do with the fact that many people complained that the A310 was a bit too loud. So they've sort of just put it into settings just to make it a bit easier for everyone, so you don't have two settings to worry about. Now on the whole as well, there's been fixes to the volume levels, which is definitely something I picked up on when I was flying around the A310. Of course I've never seen an A310 in real life to my knowledge, so I couldn't actually tell you how quiet or loud it is in real life, but it definitely sounds a bit more natural now compared to some of the other airliners in Microsoft Flight Sim. There's even been fixes to AI sounds, which is pretty nice as well. All in all, there's been some nice tweaks to interior sounds, engine sounds and APU sounds. So if you're a sound geek, this is a big update for you. I haven't noticed too much difference with the exception of external sound now being a tad bit quieter, but attention to detail is always good. There's been plenty of spelling fixes in the tooltips as well, and ATC improvements, overall improving the quality of life of flying the Airbus A310, so I can't really complain there. A pretty nice update, certainly addressing some of the features you guys had, at least when I was reading the comments earlier. Improved textures on the base version is really good. That new feature in the EFB is a nice improvement, and sounds being somewhat sorted out, although the jury is still out on that because I haven't read your guys' comments yet. Now moving over to some more general bug fixes, the Capri G2 has seen some bug fixes, more focusing of colours in the cockpit just to make it look more realistic. And if you were encountering some crashes, I haven't been personally, but I know some of you have, some of these have also been addressed. They don't go to exact detail here, but they just say several crashes have been fixed across Microsoft Flight Sim, including when requesting missing or incorrect waypoint VOR or non-directional bearing information. All in all, a little update, but these things do matter, so do leave your thoughts down below. Of course, if you're on Xbox or you don't want to upgrade to the beta, you will have to wait a moment or so. It's normally a few days with this sort of thing, as it is a hot fix, to be able to take advantage of this update. But it's pretty amazing to see how quickly the Indie Simulations team have hopped on some of these fixes, and the Asobo team as a whole. Last few things I want to say: thank you so much for watching. It does mean a lot. Your support is so much appreciated. On top of that, Toby have got 15% off their iTracker 5, and you can use my pilotstudd affiliate link to access this offer. It is much appreciated. From me today though, that is all. Have a good night. Bye bye.